Kurumjay, a very good afternoon. You are watching Afternoon English Bulletin on SKTV. And I'm Victoria Rajkumari. First, the headlines. "48-hour general strike called by JFD continues to paralyze normal life across Manipur. Protesters burn effigies of Chief Minister Khemchand and Home Minister Govindas Konthausam at Khurai Lamdong. Thoubal District SDO Lilong cancels census training for supervisors, enumerators and field trainers. And MPCC President Okram Ibobi appeals for deferment of census until internally displaced persons are resettled at their original homes. And now the top stories. The ongoing 48-hour general strike called by the Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD, has paralyzed normal life across the valley districts on its second day. Shops and all the business establishments remain shut, while vehicles, except those for emergency services and religious ceremonies, stayed off the roads. A few shops and vendors that opened early in the morning were forced to close immediately. Educational institutions remained closed and attendance in government offices was very low. Large numbers of Bandh supporters took to the streets, blocking roads by burning tires and erecting barricades at various locations. Demonstrators also staged protests in several localities across the valley districts. Meanwhile, tight security measures were put in place in vulnerable areas to prevent any untoward incidents.
support to the Haidana Joshua, Kawlebus, Praja, how I was Lakani, Project support to we Haidana, Hypertanata, Equi Prajamo, Wakalon, Toja Agangasi Lengana, no Inashi, no says, support to we have the Mediagi Tonga, Kabada, Japapande, support to we the Haraga, support to we from Natabada, the CDC Singida, Sesaski Marina, Tapak Toram Singh, I'm no idea.
A group of demonstrators gathered at Khurai Lamdong in Imphal East District have burnt the effigies of Chief Minister Khemchand and Home Minister Govindas Konthausam today. They were protesting the government's failure to implement the NRC before upcoming census operations. Chanting slogans like "No NRC, no census" and "No IDP settlement, no census," the demonstrators also blocked the Imphal to Ukhrul road by burning tires and erecting temporary fences. Security forces intervened when the demonstrators were burning effigies of Chief Minister Khemchand and Home Minister Govindas Konthausam. A protester was injured in the police action to disperse the crowd. The Sub-Divisional Office SDO Lilong Thoubal District has cancelled the proposed census training program for field trainers, supervisors and enumerators. Moirangthem Priya Roshni Devi, the SDO charge officer, issued the official cancellation order on August 19, 2026, revoking a previous schedule announced on August 17. While the directive does not explicitly state the reason for the cancellation, it follows a 48-hour statewide general strike called by the Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD. The decision also coincides with intense protests by the committee's student wing aimed at halting census-related training across multiple government offices. MPCC President Okrami Bobi has demanded that the upcoming 2027 census be defer until all internally displaced persons, IDPs, are resettled in their original homes. Addressing a press meet held at Congress Bhavan at BT Road, Ibobi argued that the state's current situation is not conducive to conducting a census, noting that around 60,000 IDPs remained in relief camps and community-based travel restrictions between districts still persist. He argued that the central government should have understood that the state's situation was not feasible to exercise census before making any preparation. He also criticized the state government for sending representatives from the ruling party to meet central leaders to defer the census, stating that the move was compelled by strong public agitation. Contending that the opposition and ruling parties must join together in public interest matters, the MPCC president expressed optimism that central government leaders will treat the issue with the utmost sincerity if both sides collectively push the center. He also contended that conducting delimitation amidst the prevailing situation will not yield productive results and could lead to serious repercussions for the public.
Mayam civil society organization mayam singsina mikok thibase lan illegal immigrants atay state tasu leramba yai ebi Nagaland tasu Mizoram tasu akoi international border state naktanina leramba yai adubu atay state sidana problem leitraga Tripura or maybe Assam da leitraga akoi sidana henna concern ori singasai aina hamjagi biduni akoida laibak thiba thodok thokhibse sumaina di thamnariba state singda thokta haita hona birangani mashi hana normancy laknana ba district amaga chathok chachin aduga lairiba idp sing mayam singsi moi gi respective khundu da mai da hanjana ba wachu hona biri mashi hanjandri bhaudi akoi si defer tawbiyo.
Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand interacted with several renowned artists of Manipur and appealed them to disseminate the message of peace and harmony among various communities in the state through art. In the meeting, which was held at the Chief Minister's bungalow at the Babupara, Yumnam Khemchand stated that the crisis in the state, which started between the two communities, has now turned into a conflict involving 3 communities. He added that the Meiteis must take on the role of a big brother and a big sister and take initiatives to bring an end to the crisis. While recalling an incident that happened during the crisis, Chief Minister Khemchand maintained that Henglep MLA Ledzamang Haukip extended support to save lives of 120 Meitei laborers in Churachandpur when conflict broke out. Chief Minister Khemchand added that it is unethical to blame an entire community for the wrongdoing of few individuals. He maintained that restoring trust and love among the different communities residing in the state requires bridging the barriers that had existed between them during the crisis. On the other hand, renowned Shumang Lila artist Saugrakpam Hemanta stated that it is important to revive the age-old relationships that existed among the different communities residing in the state. He added that the stage play title I Manipurini, meaning I am Manipuri, must be produced. The meeting was attended by Art and Culture Minister Khuraicham Lokan, Secretary Art and Culture Naurin Praveen, Advisor Media to Chief Minister Oinam Sunil Singh and artists among others.
aduna swaisida di yo di lai dan bi ya di ai ko na ma kala le na ni di loina ba ki khalla big brother ki big sister ke role do ai ko na lo ga ai ko community ma plak phati di virus kungi ning thono khamba ya sakre labi de sigre sama kunji kungi kulakon ning thuna mi phadabala ani noi thumbi ge law ena sing labi la khong kilometer tar musala asana bi masam maduda maitei sama kun kaleba kuki gi kero du ai phatyai be ding am desine
Manipur se akhoi myam tang pujan be di lei ba kanglu kuthra manga se akhoi khudimak se Manipuri ni akhoi khudimak se Manipuri ni habi wakhal lon gal loina na akhoi kana karu khaidu khajin to oi khoto gi to di lepa kan da akhoi nuksi sanana kumai harau to dana tongan wa lila to dana isai saktana tongan ba akhoi khudimak se Manipur gi damak ta khallaga Manipur ngam khai kanba haiba se ngasi dagi di akhoi artist mayam singina akhoi na pangthok kadaba thabak singda suksoi sodam ki mami ta halagani haiba wakhal lon ji akhoi
Social activist Sanjoy Ahantham has strongly urged the state government to immediately convene an emergency cabinet meeting and pass an official resolution to defer the census operations until an NRC update is fully completed. He also insisted that the resolution be firmly presented to union leaders during high-level meetings in New Delhi. In a video clip, the social activist stated that the state government must prioritize an NRC update using 1951 as the base year over the census. He asserted that the government must detect and identify illegal immigrants through the NRC, cautioning that conducting the census first will inadvertently allow undocumented immigrants to be recorded as genuine Indian citizens. He warned that registering undocumented populations will systematically erode the political, economic, cultural and land rights of indigenous people.
BJP's nation first high theory though, Manipur and its indigenous peoples are going to diminish and ultimately disappear. Manipur masung Maki yellow proof sing manga kadore mamai thang the mangi dore tifong with hosik mi pathong. If you are serious enough to protect the political, historical, cultural, economic and the identical right of the indigenous people of the Manipur, you should take immediate and concurrent decision to defer census. BJP's
A sit-in was held in support of Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation JFD at Awang Sekmai Bazaar today. The protests were jointly organized by Awang Sekmai Kanbanupilub, Coordinating Committee Sekmai Kanglatombi Kanbalub, Awang Sekmai Youth Development Committee and North Indigenous Women Organization. Speaking on the sideline, coordinator of Awang Sekmai Kanbanupilub, Laimayum Baruna, maintained that census was postponed for Assam in 1981 and again in Jammu and Kashmir in 1991 due to unrest situation. Manipur has been under conflict since May 2023 and thousands have been taking shelter at various relief camps at the moment. Therefore, it is inappropriate to hold census in the given circumstances and government must ensure that NRC is updated first. Speaking further, Baruna also highlighted the data of 2011 census where abnormal population growth was recorded at certain areas in Manipur. She urged the government to listen to the concerns of people and to postpone the census in the state.
Sahi taragi matungda Jammu and Kashmir da 1991 da census thiba si amuka sohan yaithoki haibadi makoi irang ibana maram oiraga maram sina haibadi aikoi Manipur si jo hauji tangdu laita diba aikoi gi ngayok chafu manungda lemlei ngana phiring chonglaga khang liba dugumna national highway si aikoi free movement oina satpangamdri matang sida Karamba interest center amadi state na census thiba gi thaba asi tawbirali bano haibado akhoi wahangoina hangjaningi.
Locals of Thangmeiban Laurenpuri Laikai and Thangmeiban Polim Laikai also blocked road at the Thangmeiban area in support of JFD's 48-hour general strike. Thayo Club also supported the demands of JFD to conduct NRC before census. Protesters also raised slogans to postpone the census until NRC is updated in the state. Joint Tribes Council Manipur (JTCM) has warned of intense agitations, including bans, if the government proceeds with census operations despite public opposition. In the press release issued by its convener, JTCM raised serious concerns over the alleged continuous influx of people across the international border, warning that it alters the state's demographic composition and threatens the identity, land resources and political rights of indigenous communities. The council urged the centre and the state governments to implement the NRC using 1951 as the base year to identify bona fide citizens and detect illegal immigrants. JTCM further demanded that both the census and the subsequent delimitation exercises be deferred until the NRC process is complete, asserting that electoral representation must not be determined by unverified or distorted demographic figures. The council also called for the de-recognition of settlements that were granted village status without fulfilling the criteria prescribed under the state law. Naga People's Organization NPO Senapati has extended support on the stance taken by United Naga Council UNC for the implementation of the National Register of Citizens NRC before the conduct of the census with 1951 as the base year. In a press note, Naga People's Organization maintained that it is deeply concerned about unchecked and undocumented migration from neighboring countries, which has potentially altered the demographic composition of Manipur. NPO also maintained that in a geographically very small state like Manipur, such demographic changes has contributed to the social tensions and further aggravate ethnic conflicts. Further, Naga People's Organization Senapati urged the Government of India and the Government of Manipur to seriously consider the legitimate concerns raised by the indigenous communities of Manipur and to undertake a credible NRC exercise to determine citizenship status and distinguish between legitimate citizens and illegal migrants. And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Centre Imphal, Manipur recorded a maximum temperature of 31 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was recorded at 23 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 87% in the morning and 62% in the evening today. As per report, Manipur received 23.2 millimeters of rainfall in the last 24 hours. And before I wrap up, let's take a quick look at headlines once again. "48-hour general strike called by JFD continues to paralyze normal life across Manipur. Protesters burned effigies of Chief Minister Khemchand and Home Minister Govindas Kanthosam at Khurai Lamlo. Thoubal District SDO Lilong cancels a census training for supervisors, enumerators and field trainers. And MPCC President Okram Ibobi appeals for deferment of census until internally displaced persons are resettled at their original homes. Well, that's all we have in this afternoon bulletin. Thanks for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, have a great evening.